On Saturday, Chelsea will travel to the Etihad to face Manchester City, one of the most successful clubs in the Premier League in recent years. And for Chelsea, you cannot say the same. But that's, by the way, follow me and let's talk about it. To be more specific, this is the Chelsea Football Club's predicted lineup for the club's away game against Manchester City at the Etihad. Let's get into it. Between the sticks, that position picks itself, and that's because Georgi Petrovic has been in excellent form between the sticks for Chelsea Football Club since the absence of Robert Sanchez. He's been brilliant with his stops, with the high-profile stops he's made, his distribution. He's also proven to be good on the ball. For that, that position picks itself. Even if Robert Sanchez is available for selection, I'd argue that the manager will still select Georgi Petrovic to start between the sticks. So let's plug in his name there without wasting anybody's time. Let's move on. Let's go to the left back position. Chile, who's starting to look as the Chile was signed from Leicester City. In the last 3 games, he's been one of our top performers. So without wasting your time, let's plug in his name there. Yep, we go with Chile there, and let's go for left center back. Colwell comes in for obvious reasons. Thiago Silva sustained an injury, and although I do not know the severity of the injury, I do not think he's definitely will not be available for selection for this particular game. We move on from there. We go to the right center back position. Axel Disasi, who hardly gets injured and has done quite well, even though the manager have moved him around from the center back to right back, which can be an issue for some players, but he's actually performed in those respective positions very well. So this is Steve for me, right center back. What a signing he's been also. And for right back, this is a fellow Frenchman, Malo Gusto. He's been in excellent form of late, and he has in total 4 assists. He could have at least had 2 goals had he been clinical in front of goal. But beyond that, I think he's been excellent defensively and offensively too. I'm not saying he's perfect, but boy, what a revelation he's been for us, or what a signing overall he's been for us. And he's just 20. He can only get better in my opinion. So let's plug in Gustu's Malagustu's name here, who's been in excellent form for us of late, in my opinion. Yep, there you go. And one of the 2 6s there on the left. Let's plug in Enzo. Yep, he's also improved. He's also not. I don't think it'd be right to use the term improved. I'd say you can say he's coming into his own. He's been in brilliant form of late. Scoring goals. The only thing he doesn't have to his name this season so far is an assist. Correct me if I'm wrong, but everything else is done better. He's helped us control games. He's helped us. You can say he's the engine, in my opinion. He keeps us ticking. Let me just leave it at that. And Moises Caicedo, for me, one of the 2 6s there. You can argue the one always charged to protect the defensive line. He hasn't been great at it, and that's because that's usually not. He's more of a box-to-box midfielder than he is a sit and 6 or a traditional 6. He's more of a hybrid of 8 and 6. I think he'd do more if anytime we have a more traditional 6 that will sit and protect the defensive line and allow Moses Caicedo the freedom, the independence, whatever language you prefer, to be more adventurous on the pitch, because he has good vision, he has good passing range also, and also can score goals too. But if he's playing as deep as he's been playing under Mauricio Pochettino, I don't think he'd get too many goals. But I know that changes, and I think he's played in that position for Chelsea simply because we don't have other options. We don't have more defensively minded players to be charged with the responsibility of protecting the defensive line and also connecting the defensive line, the midfield, and the attack. I think he will get a chance to do that once Romeo Lavia comes back. But we're moving from that. 10, I say Conor Gallagher starts. If you've been, except if you're living under the rock, but if you followed Mauricio Pochettino since the beginning of his Chelsea reign, you'd know that Conor Gallagher is undroppable, except in a game where he needs to rest him to be fresh and well rested for the next game. That's the only reason why he'd drop him. But I don't see him dropping him. He's arguably one of the manager's most important player. And I've told people, if you think the manager will drop him because of the return, whenever what's his name, Romeo Lavia returns, you're dreaming, and that's because Romeo Lavia cannot offer what he offers. The industry, the energy, the running he does on the beach. He's a very unique player. And that's not to say he's the best player at Chelsea, but in all of fairness, he's not the worst either. And numbers show that he's actually one of the club's most, you could say, best players so far this season. Yeah, he's performed. They say numbers don't lie, and I'll leave that to you to go check it out and confirm by yourself. But that's, by the way, let's go to the left. Left wing plug in Jackson there. I don't think a lot of people have been paying attention to how effective Jackson has been in the left wing position. He's on occasions he actually reads the game very well. Maybe he's just following the manager's instructions. Even if that's the case, I think he's become more useful for us on the flanks than he was when he played as centrally as a number 9 man. In this particular position, you see because Benchwell ventures forward quite a lot. On occasion, when Benchwell does that, when you see Benchwell anywhere near here, you see Nicholas Jackson being more cautious and not venturing forward that much. You see him in some cases. Let me change the color of this guy here. You see him in some cases somewhere close to this place. It still hasn't changed. Why is that not happening? Yep, you see Nicholas Jackson. You see Nicholas Jackson somewhere here, covering for a Benchwell, not necessarily here, but whenever he's out of position, you'd see Nicholas Jackson covering for him, and that has helped us maintain a good defensive shape. And I sincerely do appreciate that. I'm going to go back to that position formation again. It's this one here. So for me, yeah, that works. Yep, Enzo Fernandez and Moises Caicedo, the 2 6s, Conor Gallagher in the 10th position. Right wing, I said this time Cole Palmer will play in the right wing position. Yep, Cole Palmer will play in the right wing position. And that's because the deeper he is, the more effective he'd be. Again, I get it. We played him in the number 9 position, and that's because even though you could argue the application in those on those occasions, even though you could argue the application on those occasions were fluid, which means he can drop deep and someone else can take his position as a number 9 man. But you can say he'd be more effective if he's played in a much deeper position. And here we have the number 9 man there. I think it will be Christopher Nkunku this time. Yep, I think Nkunku starts in the number 9 position. And with that, my friends, that is my predicted lineup for Chelsea's away game against Manchester City at the Etihad. You get in the comment section below and let me know whether you think you would see the same starting 11 or whether you think the manager would do otherwise, or if you'd prefer certain players in certain positions. Let me know in the comment section below. But thank you so much for finding the time to watch the video, and I appreciate you liking the video in advance, and I also appreciate you subscribing to the channel in advance. My name is Kachila. See you guys next time, and cheers.